Hey, mamas. This is Emma Johnson at wealthysinglemommy.com. And I have a challenge for the moms out there. I keep hearing from moms, both married and single moms, but this is really for the married moms. And they will say things like, I was thinking about taking a professional opportunity, but it just didn't make sense because I'd have to pay for that much more childcare, more daycare for the nanny, a babysitter, and the numbers didn't work out. I wasn't going to make that much money, or I would actually come out behind after I invested in the childcare. And this might be for like a one-off gig. I just had lunch with a really brilliant friend of mine, colleague, and she was considering taking an out-of-town speaking gig. She's a married mom. She said, you know what, but if I go, that means I have to pay for that much more childcare, babysitter, and the dog sitter, and it just didn't make sense. Meanwhile, that is a lost opportunity for her, and it is costing not just in that one day when she's paying for childcare and the dog sitter, it is costing her over the expanse of her whole career. And I get it, right? I get how expensive childcare costs are, but this is something that only women are saying. And this is holding women back individually, and this is holding us back collectively. When we are constantly doing the math, when our labor, our services, our careers, our jobs must be making sense, must be validated in order to take time away from the kids. And I understand why, right? We know that childcare is so unbelievably expensive. And we also know it's just institutionalized. I just found that just a couple of years ago, the Census put out a report and they were figuring out who's taking care of kids when their parents are working. And when moms were working and their fathers were caring for the kids, the Census, the U.S. federal Census, they called the fathers babysitters. That is how they classified them, as babysitters. But when the moms were taking care of children while the fathers worked, they were just called primary caregivers. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you are doing this mental acrobatics, this high math to figure out if it's worth it for you to be taking a job, to go back to work, I really want to challenge you, because there are, first of all, especially if you have two cohabiting parents, whether you're married or living together, and even if you're in a separated family, you're a totally solo single mom, a divorce, I don't really care what your family looks like. Women need to be working and earning and seeing their incomes and careers as critically important, just as important as the dads. There is so much unbelievable research that finds that women are less depressed, less prone to poverty, both today and in our later years. It is better for children. Children, both girls and boys, thrive when moms are working. Kathleen McGinn, a personal hero of mine, she's a professor at Harvard, did a great study I can link to in the comments if you're interested. Girls and boys both benefit when moms work across 20 countries around the world. Marriages are actually stronger, 50% less likely to split up if both partners are working and actively happy in their careers. And it is not just about this week, and I get it. I have two little kids that I paid for full-time childcare in New York City by myself. Those were crazy years, and I look back like, how did I do that? But thank God I did, because I kept the momentum of my career going, even though things were lean and week to week it didn't make sense. Over the long term, we are in such a better place financially, and I'm so much happier in my career because I got paying that childcare and let go of that math that men never, ever do.